Shanice J. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you're not, welcome back, family. So today's story time is going to be Hoppin Finesse Part 2. Please watch the Part 1 if you haven't watched it yet to get a better view of the story. Okay, so let's start where I'm still at my job where I was at in Part 1. I'm depressed as ever. Like, seriously, like, I'm so depressed. I don't want to get out of bed in the morning. I really couldn't like think of anything else but him. Really hard when you work at like a call center or any customer service job, you're heartbroken. So I actually picked up a really bad Black and Mild habit. I loved to smoke Black and Milds and BLK Smooths at a certain point in my life. Like, I was really like stressed. My nerves was horrible. Like, between him, the voodoo, and call center, I'm a mess. I'm jaded. I'm bitter. I'm looking at him from the fuck out the money. Flip, 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 boom, money stacks to the ear. He's doing great. I am, on the other hand, struggling like a bitch. I have to go talk to these crazy ass people at work. Hate to get up in the morning. Like, I literally did not even want to get out of bed. Eventually, something happened at my job that I'm going to talk about in a different story time.
You got to be a stupid motherfucker to get fired on your day off.
After I left my job, I went and got another call center job, which I left because it just wasn't as nice as the first one. And I was depressed. I wasn't really like mentally there. And I was a package handler and I was in small sorts. I liked that job better because I was in my own little section. I didn't have to talk to nobody. I was cool. But like, they kind of like started to do this thing where it's like, okay, who wants to go home? I guess it was some shortage or they didn't have enough like on the truck or some shit for us to do. And they used to send us home like, towards the end. I'll go home. Eventually I just didn't come back. Stopped going. I was really depressed. Like, I was still subtweeting him on Twitter and making subliminal posts about like how bad he broke my motherfucking heart. We were doing this thing where I like literally wouldn't hear from him until like every 3 months. Like every 3 months, like clockwork, he would literally like message me and we would do it.
The ghetto.
He got back with an ex that he was with a long time ago and he made this whole big old thing on Twitter while everybody and their mama know I'm subtweeting him heartbroken on Twitter.
Are you crazy? That shit is so disrespectful. It
got to the point where it was just disrespectful. I know you're disrespecting me. Bitch, I was still living at home with my mama. He had a whole ass apartment, girl. And I come over. A couple times he was sleeping on the floor, whatever. Baby, I used to lay on the floor with him. He got a bed. I'm still living at home with my mama. He not offering me nothing. He's still trying to take from me. When I had came over one day, his homeboy and his homeboy's girlfriend was like in the other room. They was like, yeah, go big girl, what you gonna do? Go. I do a lot. I do a lot. Girl, what you gonna do? Go big girl. I heard it. And it's just like, what can we go from here? He ain't defend me or say, I think he did say chill out. Like, we can't avoid the disrespect. And I came to my senses. So around the end of my employment, I just turned 21. So like my birthday comes and goes, I post my birthday pictures and everything. They know I'm a bad bitch. Like starting to come back and he's starting to text me, like, hey, how you doing? So we kind of started back texting because I really didn't have no bad beef with Tom. Reconciliation. But while we're texting each other, he's kind of like flirting with me a little bit, you know what I'm saying? A little bit more confident than he was a couple years ago. Still has a girlfriend at this time, like a whole ass baby mama. So I'm letting him know, like, hey, I'm cool. Top of that, I done already made my choice and paid my dues with your friend. Like, I can't really so I tried to get him to back off a little bit or whatever. And I stopped going to my previous job. I'm looking at other jobs, I'm applying for other jobs. I tell Tom like what's going on with my situation at the moment. He's just like, well, have you applied for Walmart and with Tom Cook? And I'm like, no. So he just starts explaining to me about like how I'm going to get my 40 hours, basically how it's a good job. And like, I applied for Walmart and sure enough, I definitely hear from somebody that same night.
The ghetto.
The job in itself is crazy as hell. Like, I can't wait to start telling stories about that job. So I go up there with my best friend at the time. She had to go to Walmart anyway, so she like a little road trip from Montgomery to Wetumpka, a little 15-minute drive. So we go there and I get the job. They were honestly hiring so desperately. Like, my best friend, she comes around the corner with her little cart full of her groceries or whatever, and they're like, hey, do you want a job? And then she was like, yeah. And then she went back there and interviewed and she got the job too. So now we're both working at Walmart. I'm a Walmart employee. I drive from Montgomery all the way to Wetumpka to go to work, which surprisingly a lot of people at the time was doing. So that's what we were doing. Okay, it's kind of got a little steamy when we kind of started to work together. So the flirts are starting to get a little bit like stronger, like it was a little bolder. So I'm like, okay, you have a girlfriend. I know my ex is your homeboy, two top, like I already know I ain't trying to get this to go where you trying to get this to go, cause we can't go there. Over there to my area and he'll speak whatever and he'll try to come over there and like play with me, like, you know, that type of stuff. But when I'm walking past this area to go get my like freight and stuff, I'll pass by him and he'll see me and he'll start playing with me and stuff. Really fun. It was a smoking area in Walmart too, like, and if his 15-minute break is somewhere around mine, he'll come out there, you know. It's actually on FaceTime with homeboy number 2 from the first store. He kind of turned his phone around like, hey, look who work here, bitch. Foreshadowing. Cool. He's trying to sleep with me, get in my pants, basically, like at this point. He actually comes and like he tells me like, hey, you know, me and so-and-so just broke up. I'm done with her for real this time. Like, yeah, I'm moving out. I'm getting my own apartment. I can get you your own apartment. I'll pay the rent and I'll pay all the bills. You know, that's what I like. I'm like, Now I got my best friend on the other side telling me, hey, you know, I think he's telling the truth, because she over here talking about how she done kicked him out and how she done with him, which we all know how it is. So now he's a single man. So I'm like, okay, I like you. I fucks with you. Still one issue. You're literally friends with my ex. I ain't seen Ash in about like 50 years. I don't even know who the fuck Ash is. Well, he wasn't really saying it like that. He was basically just saying like, with me and Ash, we ain't really like close like that. Like, we really not even like friends like that at the moment. Now today, I know everything's developed. At the time, I did my part. My mind was satisfied with my answer. So shit, okay, cool. I just sat down here and started talking. I haven't been with anybody else outside of Ash. Like, each 3 months he'll call, it'll be nice, tight, and ready for him. Baby, I put that hurt coochie on him, baby. Dripped all that hurt out on him. I think it was like an afternoon. I went over to his sister's house. Fast forward now. Work, we play around when we see each other still. Tell me why another dude who I was working with at the time, he's standing there and asked me, he was like, oh, do y'all got something going on? Cause he would like come over here and openly flirt with me, and I'd be like, no, like, stop. Before I left Walmart, like, it was exposed that he basically did tell the dude. It was an older, like 56, another girl who's working in electronics that was kind of cool. It was like a little clique. She knew, like, everybody fucking knew. And I'm like, damn. Like, it was another dude who had a crush. He knew, like, everybody knew. Like, he literally told anybody and everybody that would listen. I feel like I had some roots on me or something. Like, I feel like it was a little voodoo in the air. Not that I got anything against it. It's a little, even though I'm getting that courage to move on from Ash, I noticed when the 3 months came and he didn't hit me back up. Like, I'm like, damn, but it's been 3 months. Like, where my book? I was like, oh Lord. I already knew he told Ash. He'll look me in my face and tell me that he didn't. I asked him probably like 4 or 5 times. Yo, boy. And then when I asked your boy, he was like, and I was like, okay. Like, really just like wasn't having it. Like, yeah, no. So, yeah. So that's the end of my story time. Again, my name is Niecy J. Thank you so much for tuning in to my channel, and I hope you have a good one. Bye.